Alright guys, welcome back to Randy's. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating to you some of the modifications I made in the BabyhawkR. And these modifications, I can assure to you that if you do it, this little guy is going to fly much better than you fly on the first time. You fly it from stock arms and props and etc etc. So I'm going to start with the arms. So if you check online on the BabyhawkR Facebook page, a lot of pilots, they replace the arms, the stock arms, for these arms here, 2.5 inch arms, and these arms will allow you to fly 2.5 inch props, and they are from Taco RC. You can order them online. I'll put a link on the description. And yes, it does make this quadcopter fly better than with the stock arms, the 2-inch arms and the 2-inch props. You have a lot more control, a lot more power, and it doesn't really consume more power, it doesn't take more power from the battery. It in fact produces more power to make the quadcopter fly much better than it was flying with the original arms. The second thing I did is I replaced the battery stripes. This one, it came with one of the packs that I bought from GMB, so I just recycle it. I cut short and glue it back, and it fits perfectly for me, and it's a lot stronger than the stock. I just put some rubber bands here, so in Albert Kim he does that, and it's just a double layer kind of support for the battery. The next thing I want to talk about is actually the batteries I was flying this quadcopter with. The first time I fly this quad, I fly with this guy right here, which is a 0.5 500 mAh 3S graphene. I was getting a lot of sag, and flying time was short, not much power, lots of sag, and not really my cup of tea. I like to fly fast, I like to fly high fast, and I like to freestyle, so I like to rip, I like to flip, roll, dive, and I need to recover fast. And this battery was not cutting for me, so I tested with the 650, but this one is a 4S, and yes, I was getting a lot more response from my quad, but this battery is a lot heavier, and somehow was making my motors very hot when I was flying 2-inch props. After I made the modification about 2.5-inch props, I was still getting some hot motors, but it was way more responsive and was a little bit more fun to fly as well. But this is the battery I want to talk to you guys about. This is the 450 4S from GMB, and man, this battery is just what you should get if you want to fly the BabyhawkR for the first time, or if you want to rip. This is the pack you should be looking at. They are not expensive. I think I got them about $11 or $10 or $11, but they are really, really good. They are light, they have a lot of power, plenty of power, and you won't get hot motors. And if you don't fly too hard, if you fly cruising, some rolls and flips, you can get almost 6 minutes, if not 6 minutes of flight with this battery. I totally recommend. If you guys want to get batteries for 2.5-inch 4S, go for these ones here. Okay, next, I'm gonna talk about not so related, but I just want to share with you guys. I was flying a FRSKY, and I was flying FRSKY receivers, and I was using this receiver right here, and I was getting a lot of fail saves with this receiver, which is just not fun. It was just not a good thing. Suddenly 2 minutes, 1.5 minute takeoff, and then fail safe. So I had to make the switch. FRSKY don't really have good micro receivers. Sorry, they don't have. Some receivers are really good, but the small ones are terrible. So I had to order a QX7 and fly a FRSKY, because FRSKY has these small receivers here. Like this is the XMplus, which is very small, and to fit inside this guy here, you need something really, really small, the smallest you can get. And you can only get something that's reliable from if it's from FRSKY. So what I did is I got one, put it here, and actually that was the first time I was flying with the QX7. So I came from FlySky, which is this guy right here, right? And the main difference that I feel is that these sticks in this guy here, they are very, not loose, but they are very, there's not much tension, so it's pretty easy to move around. Every little touch you have in the sticks, the quadcopter is going to respond. And the grip, the feel, I thought that the FlySky was a bulky TX, but man, this is like so skinny, small, and light compared to the QX. And this is as I mentioned, it was the first time I was flying the QX, and yes, it feels bigger, the grip is bigger, and the gimbals are tighter, I would say. So I was not quite familiar with it. I was just really flying, hovering around, but it does feel a lot more solid, and you have like a lot of switches here at the back as well. Some are 2, some are 3 positions, and you know, it's a fully customizable TX. Comes with the sound. I already made some modifications in the sound.
Welcome to OpenTX.
And you know, I mean,
battery critical, copilot on.
I mean, there's a lot of videos on YouTube regarding this guy right here, and if you are looking for a new TX, or if you are in doubt of getting it or not, I would suggest you to go with this guy right here. First, because the transmitters, there are so many options of sizes and, you know, functions, and this TX comes with so many functions, so many things that you can do with it, that I don't see why you should not get it. My point is, please forgive me with my flying. It was the first time I was flying with this guy. I'm not quite used to the sticks yet, but I am already very happy with it. And I hope I can either get used to the sticks real soon, or maybe I can make some changes inside. You can adjust the pressure you want in the springs. I will see how it goes. I'll give it a try again. But for now, let's have a look into the video. Let's have a look into the flying and see how this squad is flying with 2.5 props, 2.5 arms, and this guy right here, 450 4S from GNB. Let's do it.
Fleslet on the beat. FRSKY on the beat.